Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Listeners, Blowhard Talk Hard here with Julian.
And producer Pat in the house.
Producer Pat. Reimer's still MIA.
His car, I guess, well, he got rear-ended.
I don't know. Did he?
Yes.
Anyways, what was I going to say? We're again live at the Thirsty Fox Pub, 1028 Eglinton Avenue West.
Yes.
Come by, have a drink. Beers are cold. Johnny loves wearing a real tight shirt today.
Yes, he looks great.
Yeah, okay.
Must make a lot of tips.
Yeah, I don't know what a lot means, but okay. Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. What were you talking about?
We were chatting with that guy upstaish before we came down.
Yeah, but I was going to say something else, like something else was like pretty... Anyways, we went upstairs just to replenish our drinks, and there's a character up there that was talking about how you used to date a famous porn star.
Yeah, famous Canadian one.
Canadian porn star, yeah.
Before she was into it.
Before, yeah, he knew her in high school, which it could happen, like...
Hey, everyone, everyone comes from somewhere.
Well, I knew one that did some movies in L.A., and supposedly she was promised to get 40 grand for 3 scenes or something like that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They pay like $800 for a nobody.
Well, yeah, because she's not famous. Like they said they were like flying her down and like.
Yeah, but even the famous girls, like the ones today, like whoever you want to say, Lana Rhoades, they only get $1,000 a scene, but they make their money off their websites, their social media, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and maybe like, okay, if you have a good solid agent or whatever like that can negotiate for you.
Do you ever remember that Sasha Grey? She was sitting on Oprah Winfrey. And she was they were like talking to her.
Yeah.
Sasha Grey's like a porn star.
No, she's I'm
and she had her manager there.
Yeah.
And the camera went to the manager, and the manager was like a 70-year-old, like very dirty, perverted-looking guy. And the fans started going boo, he looked like a typical perv. You have to Google this, listeners. Oprah Winfrey, Sasha Grey, and you'll see the manager, and when she was talking, like she was trying to say he's such a good guy, and in the meantime, the guy looked like a sleazebag.
Yeah, you couldn't, like right from central casting like this. But she was one of the, because she made a somewhat bit of a transition.
Pretty big.
To also because she was in, did you see The Girlfriend Experience, the Steve Soderbergh
Yes, but she also did that show with the guys.
She was in Entourage. She dated Vinny Chase, man.
That's right.
She was good in it, actually.
I never found her her porn look. She was like her idol was Belladonna.
Well, because she's natural. She didn't have boob job or anything.
No, it wasn't the boob job. I just didn't like her. Like her body was not like a porn star's body. Like she wasn't like solid curves. Like some of these porn stars, they're absolutely stunning, right?
Yes.
Like she was good looking. She had a nice face in it, but she was she did pretty much anything.
She was hardcore.
She was hardcore, and Belladonna was her idol.
The other girl, do you know Stoya? I think Stoya's...
Stoya Sugg? The Asian?
No, Stoya, she's white. She's sort of, kind of, I would say, Sasha Grey adjacent. Sort of petite,
how old is she?
Natural. Well, maybe she would probably be in her 30s now.
Oh, I never heard of her, no.
She dated James Dean, and then they had kind of a weird falling out. Well, she accused him of rape. But
he got accused of rape from a lot of... Oh, now we're talking... Okay, I guess we're going to talk a little bit about porn. What the fuck?
Well, because,
listeners, this is Julian and Pat's look on
nasty corner.
Excuse me.
Well, because the big news also is fucking Ron Jeremy basically got 50 counts.
Did he really?
I think he...
For what?
Of rape.
When he was working or not working?
Well, I don't know how it really works, but he's looking at life in prison.
Okay, see, this is why we shouldn't do these kind of... See, we're always so raw on this show. We just come in with no plan of attack. So right now we have a good topic that I want to talk about, but I don't want to sound uneducated because Ron Jeremy, he's going to go to jail for... He's
in jail right now.
But did he rape now? Was he accused from before?
Well, again, it's sort of like maybe a Harvey Weinstein thing, someone came forward and then it just snowballed, and now he's
That guy used to bang 1,000 broads a day. Like, why would he rape broads?
Again, these are the great questions. I don't really know. Like,
James Dean also got charged.
Stoya accused him too, and
Many girls did.
She was sort of, and sad to say, some of them like sort of like demonized for it. You know, again, because we don't condone this type of behavior. Like,
not the movie. The movie is the movies. They choose to do the
yeah,
movies.
but what happens outside? But like again, so like that's the thing.
Yeah,
and
obviously nobody wants to. If you're outside, is a different story.
Yeah.
But there's also another person.
You know,
Fuck what?
Peter North was also,
He wasn't accused of rape.
or domestic violence or something like that.
That's everybody. Every relationship might have that here or there. No, there was another guy that got charged and went to jail. Fuck, Max Hardcore.
Oh, really? Okay.
He got charged because if you ever watched his videos, he went to the limits. He would stretch them out, like do very nasty things, peeing and this, and he injured them while he was doing the scene.
Which is not good because a lot of the girl, like again, it was an interview with either Sasha Grey or Stoya, who was saying, working with one of the great sort of BDSM, like hardcore production houses, and said only good things because the true ones are very professional and they make it very safe for you. We're going to get the BDSM girl on here.
Yeah, we are. But you know
because,
what?
Because we can't speak out of school.
That's a
about
pretty
this,
big thing, yeah. But
going to the limits without sort of having any sort of safe words or anything like that is where it goes crazy. And
I've seen some of it, and I actually don't get it at all.
I find it completely
I seen the girl was getting whipped 100 times, and she had to count. By the time her ass was fucking full of blood, I'm like, what the fuck was this about?
No, I don't understand it.
But there's the other one, Alina Lee, Asian, Chinese, beautiful, did every scene, whatever. Then she did a scene for kink.com.
Yeah.
And it was public disgrace. They put her around in a leash, walked her into a supermarket, and she got banged, whatever. And then at the end, she quit the business because of that. That was her last scene. She goes, she felt like an idiot. She didn't mind banging 100 movies because that's part of the deal.
Yeah.
She just felt like an idiot. For $1,000, she goes, what the fuck am I doing this for?
But
because that's all they get. Is even these top girls, they only make $1,000 a scene, $1,500 a scene.
Yeah, they're not making $1 million.
They do.
But
off their social media platforms, websites now. Guys are paying $30 a month membership fee. Yeah. They got 100,000 fucking members.
But yeah,
but that's not everyone. That's only the top 20.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy. And again, the market's got to be so diluted now. Like, you know, when we had AJ Roy on, again, let's just go back and listen.
He was way too vanilla for what's going on today.
Yeah, but that just showed, again, that was just no one's ever heard of him or anything like that. Just it's so diluted. And what was he doing? He was probably making a living doing it. And he's and the male stars make less than the female stars. I think. Again, I don't want to speak out of
school. Of course the girls make more because there's only about 10 guys that actually have a name. Everybody else is just a dud. But the girls, again, even the top ones are only making. Legal Porno is a website.
Yeah.
They had an ad, $1,500 to shoot, whoever you are. And I was like, wow. But 50, you know what, if you ever watch one of their scenes, they're 50 minutes of hardcore debauchery. 10 guys with needle dicks fucking destroying them. And these girls are mostly European.
Yes.
Hungarian, whatever. And it's for $1,500. She could go be an escort, charge $300 an hour, bang 4 guys, and there's her money.
Yeah, so you don't know. Again,
why are they doing that? That's another question.
Yeah.
For me to do to interrupt you, it's if you're gonna make this kind of money, video, you have to be in your mind, something you like it. Because to be an escort, if you're that hot, you could charge $500 an hour, bang 3 guys, make $1,500 a day easily, instead of getting totally destroyed, and evidence is there for the rest of your life.
Is it the idea, and it even just goes to just simple the Hollywood dream, that I'm going to go to Hollywood and I'm going to become an actress and I'm going to be a famous actress or a famous actor. And because you want that sort of recognition, it's more than just money.
And then they go there to LA and then all of a sudden they're waitress and the next thing you know they're desperate so they become a porn star?
Or whatever, or you're in a movie and you get paid $1,500 and no one sees it because it's direct-to-video piece of shit, fucking shitty action.
Or how about these girls are 18 years old today and they want to do porn? because they like it. They find it fascinating.
Well, that's
'Cause
the other
they're-
thing too. I want to hope that people do things because they like it, and it's
I
something
think
that they
so.
would
The new
find
generation
enjoyable.
of people today is they want to do it. They're educated. They're not just going to LA hoping to become an actress and then all of a sudden get stumbled into porn.
I think they've always done, like, I think all the good, again, because like when you watch pornography over the like the ages, I did that little solo episode where it was talking
I get
about,
you.
and like there are some performers that are just very good at it and seem to really enjoy it. Now, again, I can't speak for them. I would like to, but you just notice one where there's a sort of like genuineness to it, like that, like where it seems like this is a.
They're into it because
Yeah.
they like it. They like Riley Reid. She loves it. Every movie, every scene she does, you could see she's always ha 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 after back behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They're into it. But to tell you something, there was a program, there was a girl saying that it's all about getting the new ones in. They just want new, because there's so much demand. So every girl, like there's so many that come in, they do them and they're out. There was a guy, I was watching the thing, so he had a paper, a clipboard, and he goes, so he's reading off, there was a lineup of 100 girls, models.
Yeah.
Do you do anal? Yeah, it's 1,000. Do you do lesbian? Yeah. Do you do interracial? Yeah. Okay, took a picture of her naked. Okay, we'll call you. 100 girls were in that lineup. And all for what? And out of those 100 girls, none of them is going to be a superstar. They're just
No.
going to be fillers. Unless
yeah.
you get a very rare Lana Rhodes popping up or Riley Reid.
Yeah, which is a 1 in a million. Again, it's like winning the lottery or something
Well,
like
there's
that.
so many movies being made. Like, how are you going to become a superstar in that business? Either you have that perfect look at the perfect time that they want.
Yeah, you somehow pop. But again, yeah, and now because it's so hyper saturated, like not oversaturated, like hyper
Too much.
saturated.
Everybody's there. What do you want? Blonde, brunette, Chinese, Asian, black.
Yeah.
Every girl is
Strictly doggy. You won't even see her. No face, whatever.
excuse me. And each girl is very good looking.
Yeah, you don't see. And even if you're not into like, okay, they can go the other way. You can get as ugly as you want, and there's still hundreds.
Well, there's different types of genres, as you say. But yeah, I don't know. Now there's cartoons. There's everything. There's bisexual. Now they're even gone to families, stepdads, moms. This, it's out of whack. It's out of whack.
It's very fast. Yeah, I'm.
But who makes all the money?
I don't know exactly how it is. That's like someone like MindGeek, which is the big, for want of a better word, overlord of the online pornography industry. That's basically all the tube sites that you know, Pornhub, YouPorn. It's one company called MindGeek. This guy was a Dutch guy. Came into Montreal. It's Canadian.
I know. I heard that it was based in Montreal. But let me ask you. Okay, let me just to interrupt you. I want to make a movie now.
Yes.
I spent 20 grand. I get 3 stars of this. How do I sell it? To who?
Well, that's the thing. Now you can
In the old days, you would go to the store and buy a box and a video and watch.
videotape. Yeah, no one's buying video. So what you're going to want to do is like either sell it, like if you stream it, say like on Pornhub, like because there's a creator thing like YouTube or anything like that where you
Okay,
can.
but that's very minuscule.
Well, yeah, because you're basically getting advertising revenue based on how many views you're getting, right? It's like anything. It's like sort of like the whole wackadoo thing now with modern sort of digital distribution and digital everything is that you really have to get a lot of like if it's music, Spotify is paying pennies. Like artists are not making a lot of money streaming their music. So it's a numbers game. Like you got to get a bajillion things. So you have to do outside. Like you need to basically say that $20,000 investment in that movie is going to have people coming to you as a director, maybe for custom videos for them. So you can charge them with your stars to make them custom. Maybe you have a special like only subscription channel that only you do. Like it's basically a lost leader. Like you have to.
You gotta have a good following to make money. Is what I'm saying.
Or that $20,000 is to set up your following for the next
If you get
series of projects. Maybe selling T-shirts that's got like Julian's
gotcha.
Julian's jam.
So it's very
or whatever.
competitive to become like the top.
But it's like anything in the movies or like in any entertainment. Like like if you want to form a rock band, how many rock bands are there? How much music is out there? Like how do you cut through the signal noise, right?
Yeah.
To get people to hear your music, like. And
you're
especially
right,
now,
yeah.
I don't even know how bands are doing it because there's no one's going on to clubs right now. There's no live music.
No, you're right. You're right. I never thought about that way. But I guess, yeah, you figure I'll make a porn, somebody's going to buy it. Who says so? There's so many out there. Why would they buy yours?
How do they like? And how are they going to find you? How
Yeah.
much music is out there? How much of anything? It's sort of the sad state of affairs for modern. Like we're in like a hyper world.
So
of
why
art.
are they doing it then? If they know there's no money to make,
Well, because you
are
want
they
to hope
hoping
it's
to get discovered?
Yeah, and you want to hope there's a little passion there. Like everyone's hoping to get discovered. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, but like everything's so free and everything's so out there. Like, so I'm hoping right now. I'm like, I know I could. Like, I used to be pretty decent in all sports, but I never knew. I knew I wasn't never going to be a superstar.
No, or even a professional athlete.
Anything, yeah. Like, so why do these? Okay, I guess it's like saying 50 universities in the States, 50 players per team, only 5 make the NFL. Why are they playing football?
But they still do. Everyone
Yeah.
still and it's the same. Everyone thinks everyone thinks they have like a good screenplay. Like I've got an idea for a movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a screenplay. You know how many screenplays there are? There's like
100, yeah. I get
hundreds
you.
of thousands of screenplays.
If you think about it this way, it's pretty sad, eh?
It's sad, but at the same time, it's like, well, what do you like? Should we
It all
all then
comes
just
down
become
to-
farmers? Like, just
Yeah,
go
but it all comes down to who you know. Because
like-
if I get my movie and I get Riley Reid in that movie,
Oh yeah.
if
for
she
sure.
does it for me, I already got a big jump. Even our podcast, because of Julian, whatever, from my background, we got a good jump
Yeah,
on
see,
the average
exactly.
pod start guy.
We were notorious from the get-go.
From the beginning, we already had a bit of a following, a bit of a little hype. But if
Definitely
you're just a
helps.
regular Joe and you start a pod, why would anybody want to listen?
Yeah, I guess what it is you just got
You
to
got to put the time in.
put the time in and be passionate about what you do and like believe in it. Because I think one thing is, I've always said, and I said it to you privately, like, people always believe in truth and honesty. Like when someone's faking it, you can always tell. And nobody wants to hang out with fakers,
No, definitely. Yeah, those
Like
people.
you're sitting at a bar and some guy's trying to bullshit
Yeah,
you. You don't
I
want to
just
talk
turn
to
my
that
back
guy.
to those
But
people,
you're
yeah.
sitting some guy who seems interesting and fucking actually like
Yeah. You
legit.
have a nice conversation. Then you can have a good conversation.
But whatever, like even if you want to talk about like some guys like I'm really passionate about cowboy boots. You're like this guy isn't bullshitting me. This guy knows cowboy boots. I'll talk to this guy about cowboy boots.
Fucking cowboy boot. I don't know. I just think about all those girls who think they're going to become rich doing a porno, and all of a sudden they don't even realize that there's no money there really. And then if you did do one, they're only going to throw you $500-$600.
Cutthroat because there is a lot of pretty people out there. Like you hate, but like pretty girls are pretty girls, and it's great that there's lots of them. But like at a certain point, like and it's just like, oh well, just because you take it in the butt, there's a lot of girls who'll take it in the butt. There's a lot of dudes.
Fuck.
It's the same.
Take it in the butt, baby. Let's take a break. We'll be right back, listeners.
Hello, listeners. This is Reimer from Blow Hard, Talk Hard, and we want you to like, subscribe, and review. I'm going to talk you through this. You're going to go, yes, love this show, and put your comments on there. Right now, we are the #1 adult sex talk show in Toronto. We are huge over in Europe, and we want you to continue making us bigger, if you know what I mean.
Welcome back, listeners. Julian and producer Pat are back.
Ayo.
Ayo. That's funny. We were talking anal before we left. Porn. You know what? How many pictures I have back from the day of at the House of Lancaster when the porn stars used to dance up here, and they used to do like Polaroids.
Yeah.
Nina Hartley, Christy Canyon.
I just watched a Nina Hartley movie like last week.
She's still in the business. She's 50.
She looks great, actually.
Belladonna. You know what? Belladonna was going to be at the House of Lancaster on the Queensway, and I was so excited. She was my favorite. And you know what happened? They didn't let her in through customs.
Really?
Yeah.
Christy Canyon also still actually looks pretty good for her age.
Yeah. She's 52. Yeah, I remember yeah, they used to always tour back then because they didn't have the internet back then. So they used to come up here, strip.
I'm sure they did. Like again, we were talking about like how do they make money, whatever. Like probably doing these sort of tours back then was like a lucrative thing. It's like doing a.
They get paid $10,000 to do a strip show, and then they sell posters and this. But today they do nothing because all they do is social media.
Yeah.
Different times, but you know what? Those were the good days because there was fun. I remember one time we were at a strip club, and Amber Lynn was here, and she brought a fan participation. My buddy went up, she took off his belt, and whipped the fuck out of him, and we were laughing and laughing.
And it was probably a full house.
Oh, packed, man. Those days, these are talking early 90s, mid 90s. It was great, those strip clubs back then.
Did I tell because one story, when I was living in Vancouver, I went to a strip club one night with some friends of mine from school, and it was Miss Nude World was there that night doing a big thing.
Okay.
And it was like the fucking, whatchamacallit, oh shit, it was a very good strip club downtown Vancouver. It was packed, it was out of a movie packed, like to the rafters with dudes. I'd never really been in a strip club where it was like, almost like at a rock show, like that electric. Miss New World comes out, dressed in a giant chicken outfit, and does this huge full song, dressed as a chicken.
Okay. Is there a point here?
Well, I was like, what the but the crowd's going crazy. Then she takes it off, and she's dressed like underneath, like more like kind of a bondage cop. But it took 4 songs before she got nude. But I was like, this is the most audacious thing. She's got the crowd in, like...
I don't get it.
It was like a show. I don't know, like, but I was just like...
For a song, she moved around like a chicken?
She was dressed in like a giant chicken mascot, like you would see at a baseball game.
She must have got paid for doing that. For wearing that must have represented like Popeye's chicken or something.
I don't know, but again, she was like, you know what? I'm going to do a full song. These guys are not going to see me.
But again, if you think about it today, she must have did that because somebody might have sponsored her to do that.
Her crazy show,
but that can't be a sexy thing.
It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I thought it was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing because also like. You have a lot of like, dudes who are just there to see Miss Nude World.
Not Miss
And it
Chicken.
took about 15 minutes before you even saw like, a boob.
That's weird.
I had so much respect. I was like, that is the most.
You know what? We have to do a good stripper show. I remember it would be another episode because I remember when the showers they used to have on the stages, they used to do oil wrestling, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? That's another full episode.
It was more like going to see like live entertainment, like
was fun.
It was like reviews of like crazy.
It was fun, yeah.
It wasn't just.
Not
like
just going
depressing,
there,
seeing someone like peel off and then like
there was actually dancing involved, pole dancing.
Entertaining, like it was. There was some, and again, like
there was a skill set.
And cutting through that noise, like it was like, oh, I want to go see her because she's entertaining.
There was a skill
like
set,
show.
to do the splits, the fucking twirling. It's a big deal. Not everybody could do that.
And some have senses of humor, some are more like serious, some are like.
And that whole sexy thing, it all fits in nicely instead of just walk around like they do some of them now.
Well, now, because if you want to see nudity, you just throw on the TV and.
Well, even some of the strip clubs, but again, you know what? We'll do another episode, a full episode on the actual strip clubs today versus then, because believe me, there's a lot of differences these days.
And I'm curious now where it's even moving, like because we're living in such a fantastic time. Like, how is it going to stay relevant?
I don't know. There's even an app. You can see the girls. Supposedly, the guy started an app where she's at the strip club and you pay to see her. Anyways,
just go there.
Just fuck the bullshit. Just go there. Get out of the house for fuck's sake.
Yeah, seriously, go and have some chicken
These
wings
people, man,
and have a beer.
This homestaying thing is ridiculous. Social
Get
media.
out of the house.
Get out of the house. Go look at her tits. Anyways, Julian
and Pat.
We're all people. Be safe.
Bye.
Fucking watch a fucking get out of the fucking house. You fucking
Go.